Archangel Michael says. The sky trembles as his presence descends. A shift in the air, a weight in your chest, you know something divine is near. His voice, like thunder wrapped in velvet, whispers words that shake the foundation of your soul. You must hear this, he commands. A revelation that will cut through the deepest parts of your heart is about to be spoken. It is not just a message, it is the unraveling of truth, one that you are not ready for, yet cannot turn away from. A truth that concerns your Father. Your breath shortens. A feeling of dread grips you, the kind that makes your hands tremble without reason. What could he possibly say that would prepare you for this? But there is no preparation for pain this deep, no warning that could soften the impact. Type 333 to receive strength in this moment. He pauses. The silence is louder than his words. The angels around him lower their heads, as if they mourn before the words are even spoken. You must listen, he says again. You must not turn away, even though it will hurt. Your Father. The pause stretches. It is unbearable. You feel the tension like an invisible force pressing against your chest. The weight of something unknown, yet terrifyingly close. Then, finally, he speaks. He has seen the moment of his departure. Your stomach twists. Your heart slams against your ribs. No, no, this cannot be. You try to convince yourself that this is some misunderstanding, some cruel trick of fate. But the way the air around you stills, the way the angels refuse to meet your eyes, it tells you everything. Type Amen if you feel your heart breaking. He is leaving. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. The threads of time that have held him to this world are unraveling. You want to reach out and grab them, to tie them back together, to hold them tight so they never break. But destiny does not listen to pleading hearts. And neither do angels. Archangel Michael speaks again, but his voice is gentler now. It carries sorrow, the kind only celestial beings can understand. He has been given visions, he says. He knows his time is near. He has seen the door open, and he knows that soon, he must walk through it. The world blurs around you. Tears threaten to spill over. You do not want to believe this. Your Father, your protector, your guide, how can he leave? How can a world without him even exist? Type 777 if you feel the pain inside. Do not despair, the Archangel says. For his spirit is strong, and his love for you is eternal. Even beyond this world, he will watch over you. But the words do little to ease the ache growing in your chest. You see flashes of memories, his laughter, his strong hands, the way he called your name. The way he stood tall even when the world tried to break him. And now, he is fading. The thought crushes you. The thought makes it hard to breathe. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $50. Archangel Michael steps forward, and for the first time, he kneels. The other angels follow. This is not just a farewell. This is a reverence for a soul who has lived with honor, who has carried burdens no one else could bear. You must speak with him, the archangel urges. Tell him what is in your heart. Do not wait for tomorrow is never promised. Your hands shake. The realization crashes over you, you have taken time for granted. You have assumed there would always be another day, another moment, another chance. But the sands in the hourglass are running low. Type 999 if you understand this truth. You must go to him. Not later. Not when it is convenient. Now. Because now is all you have. Archangel Michael watches as the weight of his word settles in your heart. His presence is still powerful, still divine, but there is something else in his gaze now. A sorrow, a knowing. He has seen this too many times before. He has watched as mortals wasted their time, only to weep when it was too late. He has seen hearts shatter because they left words unspoken, because they assumed there would always be more time. But time does not bend for regret. Type Amen if you refuse to waste another second. Your Father is still here. That is what matters. You still have the chance to hold him, to tell him what he means to you. You will not waste it. You will not wait for some perfect moment that may never come. Because love, real love, does not wait. Archangel Michael nods, as if he has already seen the decision forming in your heart. He knows you will do what is right. He knows you will not let regret take root in your soul. And as he begins to fade, as the heavens begin to call him back, his final words linger in the air. Go to him. Now. Type 111 if you will not hesitate any longer. Archangel Michael's presence begins to fade, but the weight of his words lingers. The air around you is still thick with his energy, the remnants of something divine pressing against your soul. You can feel it in your bones, the urgency, the importance of what he has told you. Your Father is still here. For now. But time is not your ally. You rise to your feet, the weight of realization pressing against your chest. The world around you seems different now, heavier, more fragile. You suddenly see every second as something precious, something that cannot be wasted. Type 444 if you feel this urgency in your heart. You picture him in your mind, the lines on his face, the strength in his hands, the warmth of his embrace. Memories flood you, overwhelming in their clarity. Moments you once took for granted now feel like treasures you were blind to. The way he used to wait up for you. The way he laughed, even when life was cruel. The way he carried burdens without ever letting them show. How had you never realized how much time had passed? How had you not seen the signs? The way his steps had grown slower, the way his voice carried an exhaustion he never admitted to. You feel a lump rise in your throat. Type Amen if you wish you had noticed sooner. But there is no time for regret. Archangel Michael's voice echoes in your mind, do not wait for tomorrow. His words are not just a warning. They are a command. They are a call to action, a demand that you take hold of this moment before it slips through your fingers like sand. You grab your phone. Your fingers tremble as you dial the number. The ringing feels like an eternity, each second stretching, until finally, his voice comes through. Hello? You freeze. The sound of his voice cracks something inside you. It is the same voice you have known all your life, yet now it carries a weight you never noticed before. How many more times will you hear it? How many more chances will you get to answer? Hey, Dad. The words feel small. Inadequate. But you push forward. I just wanted to hear your voice. There is silence on the other end. A pause that holds more meaning than words ever could. Then, a small chuckle. You sound strange, kid. Everything okay? You swallow. Your heart feels like it is shattering inside your chest. Type 777 if you wish you had said these words sooner. You want to tell him everything. You want to tell him how much he means to you, how much you have taken him for granted, how you would give anything to turn back time and do things differently. But you don't. Because you are afraid. Afraid of breaking, afraid of making this real. So instead, you sit in the silence, listening to his breathing on the other end. And somehow, that is enough. Are you sure you're okay? He asks again, his voice softer now. You close your eyes. No, you admit. But I just wanted to talk to you. And for a moment, nothing else matters. Type Amen if you have someone you should call today. But this is not enough. Archangel Michael's voice returns, whispering in the depths of your soul. Do not waste the time you have been given, he warns. Love is not meant to be silent. Speak before it is too late. So you take a deep breath. Dad, you say, your voice shaking. I love you. The silence that follows is deafening. You brace yourself, afraid of his response. It is not something you say often. Not something you have ever been good at expressing. And then, a breath. A pause. And then, the softest whisper. I love you too, kid. And just like that, the weight in your chest eases. Type 999 if this moment brought tears to your eyes. But there is still more to be done. You will not let these words be a one-time thing. You will not let love be something hidden, something assumed. From now on, you will make sure he knows. Every day. You will visit him. You will hold his hand. You will sit beside him and listen to his stories, even the ones you have heard 1,000 times. Because one day, those stories will be all you have left. And you will not take them for granted. Not anymore. Type 222 if you will cherish every moment from now on. Time moves forward, unstoppable. The days pass, and though you cannot change fate, you can change what you do with the time that remains. You laugh with him more. You ask him about his past. You sit with him in the quiet moments, when no words need to be spoken. And when the time comes, when that door finally opens and he must walk through it, you will have no regrets. Because you will know you loved him fully. Because you will know he left this world knowing exactly what he meant to you. And when the heavens open to receive him, when the angels kneel in honor of his journey, you will not break. You will stand tall. Because love never dies. Because even beyond this world, he will always be with you. Type Amen if you believe love is eternal. And as the presence of Archangel Michael fades completely, as the last echoes of his words settle deep within your heart, one final truth remains. This was never just a message. It was a calling. A calling to love now. To cherish now. To hold those you love while you still can. Because tomorrow is never promised. And love is the only thing that lasts forever. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $50. But the message is not over. Even as Archangel Michael's presence fades, something lingers in the air. A warmth, a knowing, a whisper that clings to your soul. It is not just about your father. It is about every moment, every relationship, every heartbeat that fills your life. This is not just a warning. This is a second chance. Type 555 if you understand that love must be spoken before it is too late. You sit with the weight of it all. The heaviness in your chest is not just sorrow, but realization. The realization that love was never meant to be assumed. That time is fleeting, slipping through your fingers like water, and that regrets are born in the silence of words unspoken. How many moments have you wasted? How many times have you let love go unexpressed, thinking you had more time? But now you know the truth. Now you see clearly. And you will not make the same mistake again. Type Amen if you refuse to let love go unspoken. You reach for your father's hand. The warmth of it startles you. It is real, solid, alive. You have held this hand before, but never like this. Never with the knowledge that someday, it will not be here to hold. He notices the change in you. Hey, he says softly, squeezing your fingers. You okay? You nod, but tears burn at the corners of your eyes. I just want to be here with you. His expression softens. You always have been, he says. Even when you didn't realize it. And those words carve themselves into your soul. Type 777 if this touched your heart. The days begin to feel different. More vibrant. More fragile. You start noticing the little things, the way he hums when he reads, the way he chuckles under his breath when he remembers something funny. You find yourself memorizing his face. The shape of his smile. The way his eyes crinkle when he looks at you with pride. You realize that life is not measured in years, but in moments. and you vow to make each one count. Type 111 if you promise to cherish the moments you have left. There are no more rushed goodbyes. No more assuming that tomorrow will bring another chance. You tell him you love him every time you see him. You stay a little longer when you visit. You hold his hand a little tighter. Because you know now. You know what Archangel Michael was trying to tell you. That love must be lived, not just felt. That time does not wait for us to be ready. That one day, we will wake up, and the chance to say, I love you, will be gone. And you refuse to let that happen. Type Amen if you will never take love for granted again. The seasons change. The leaves fall, then grow again. The world moves forward, as it always does. But you are different now. You are present. You are aware. And when the day finally comes, when that door opens for your father, when he must walk through it, you will not scream at the sky, demanding more time. Because you used every moment you had. Because he left this world knowing he was loved. Because love never ends. And as the heavens welcome him home, as the angels kneel in reverence, you will not collapse under the weight of sorrow. You will stand tall. Because love, real love, does not die. It only changes form. Type 999 if you believe that love is eternal. And when you look to the sky, when you whisper his name into the wind, you will feel it. A warmth. A presence. A love that never left. Because he is still here. Not in body, but in every sunset, in every gentle breeze, in every heartbeat that carries his love forward. He is not gone. He is home. And love, true love, never fades. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $50.